All right, let's see how outside the norm it is for a first lady to get a six-figure speaking deal.
How outside the norm is it for the presidential candidate's spouse and former first lady to receive a substantial speaking fee like this during a campaign?
Well, I think your reporting is really interesting because of the timing. It's not unusual for a former first lady to earn six figures speaking. But it is unusual during a campaign season. And then for us not to understand where the money is coming from is
Right.
also very unusual. So,
So, Melania Trump has been noticeably absent from almost all of Trump's campaign. Understandably, to me, I wouldn't want to be seen on Trump's campaign trail either.
Same.
Because I guarantee you, when she married him, this is not what she signed up for.
It's not what she signed up for, so I'm wondering, can she get divorced? But I guess she can't get divorced either, so.
She wanted to marry rich and live the rest of her life in rich peace. And then her husband decided to run for president. Like, she was at the RNC only one night and didn't even speak. She's been barely there. However, now suddenly she is speaking and getting cut six-figure checks for it. And we don't even know who's cutting the checks. It could possibly all be about her new book that's coming out that you can pre-order now, called Melania. And it's just a memoir for which she's been advertising quite a bit on Twitter.
So she's only speaking for because she want book deals signed? Or, I'm sorry, she's speaking now to market her book, basically. That has to be the only reason, because why else would she? And she's not that good of a speaker, so you probably don't want her speaking too much anyway. But okay, that to me that solves it. But let me see what else we got here.
Mostly just discussing why she chooses to stand behind her previous nude modeling, which normally I'd be all about supporting, except for the fact that every person in her voter base, or her husband's voter base, rather, absolutely hates women, wants to take away their rights, and is constantly degrading women who are sex workers and do OnlyFans. She couldn't possibly talk about her actual interesting experience about being an immigrant in this country, and also being an immigrant while being married to Donald Trump, whose base tends to hate immigrants.
Yes. So what are you talking about? You can't talk about the new stuff. You can't talk about being an immigrant because they don't like you. They don't like that. What are you talking about?
But she won't, for that reason, because the base hates it. And for only $40, that's not terrible, but for up to $250 for the collector's edition, the First Lady invites readers into her world, offering an intimate portrait of a woman who has lived an extraordinary life. This is going to sound mean. I'm sorry. $250? What could be so interesting? What could possibly be so interesting about Melania Trump?
For $250, okay, I agree with you with $40. To me, that's still kind of high, but okay, $40 is fine. I get that. For $250, and that's a collector's item. Does it come with previous nude photos?
That she has to say in this book that's worth $250. Or perhaps it's this other grift, this Vote Freedom limited edition necklace celebrating Lady Liberty, also available at Melania Trump. So you can, kill two birds with one stone. You can order the book and the necklace at the same time. Also, you can engrave it with no extra charge, which is good considering that this gold-plated vermeil necklace is already $600.
That little thing is $600 for what? What are you getting with that? I'm sorry, that looked hella cheap. It looked cheap.
Wow, what a steal! It's not even solid gold. It's vermeil. It's not even. It's $600. I suppose when you've unwillingly become the first lady, might do that again. And also, you have to be married to Donald Trump when you never really wanted any of that in the first place. You got to make your grifts where you can. You got to make the situation work for you. When you're married to one of the best grifters in the United States, you're going to learn a thing or two, and you're going to have to use that to your advantage. Otherwise, what does she have?
Nothing. Nothing. So I see your point. $250 for the now you get the decades for free, which it should be free regardless. I mean, it's not even a real go. Um, that is basically a page out of his playbook. You oversell something that's pretty much worthless, and you make your millions off that. So I wouldn't be surprised if her husband has something to do with this.
You know, unpopular opinion, I love this for her. She never wanted any of this. She's making moves. She's making her money. She's declaring that New York City is her main place of residence. Meanwhile, Trump, declaring himself a resident of Florida, has stated that Palm Beach will be his permanent residence. So they don't even live technically in the same state. I mean, she even declared publicly that if he won a second term, she wouldn't even live in the White House full time. She'd show up for events and dinners and stuff, but she would live full time, split between Florida and New York City.
Wow. So that sounds like they're silently divorced. Sounds like they're pretty much already done, and they're just staying together because. Well, I won't make speculate, but that sounds like a silent divorce.
She won't even live with him in the house.
I really like it there, and I enjoyed living in the White House. To be First Lady of the United States was my greatest honor. I think we achieved a lot in the 4 years of Trump administration. I enjoyed taking care of the White House. It was my home for a while. I understood it is a people's house. It was a privilege to live there.
And maybe it'll be your home again?
Never say never.
Former First Lady Melania Trump could be headed back to the White House if her husband, former President Donald Trump, wins the November election, but she apparently may not reside there full-time. Melania Trump would likely split most of her time between her home in Palm Beach, Florida, at Mar-a-Lago, and New York City.
Well, there you have it. Okay, so yeah, she didn't even want to spend full time there. She does not like this man. I mean, I don't blame her, but I just okay. I'm not. I'm trying. I don't want to be too sympathetic, but at the same time, she must be stuck in this relationship.
According to a report, the report suggests that Melania Trump would visit the White House to attend ceremonial matters, such as special events or state dinners, but would not live there full-time.
I mean, she doesn't even really like taking care of the White House, which I don't blame her. I wouldn't either, but I'm not the First Lady.
Now, how much taking care was she doing? And maybe this is my ignorance speaking, but I thought they had a whole ass staff for that to take care of the White House.
I wasn't the First Lady. I don't have the possibility of being the First Lady again either.
They say I'm complicit. I'm the same like him. I support him. I don't say enough. I don't do enough.
No,
where I am, I'm working like my ass off.
I know.
That Christmas stuff that, who gives a about Christmas stuff and decoration, but I need to do it, right?
Yeah, but imagine 100%. You have no choice.
And then I do it, and I say that I'm working on Christmas, planning for the Christmas, and they said, oh, what about the children, that they were separated? Give me a break. Where they were saying anything when Obama did that?
I know.
I cannot go.
I just wish she was grifting from him instead of, the American people. That's the only thing that would make this 100% good for me. Well, there's still hope. I hold out hope that his own wife will grift him.
There's no hope. There's no hope. She's going to stay there as long as she's comfortable. So, rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.